Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This week I want to show you a terracotta planter makeover. Terracotta is one of those things that's very absorbent, so I did seal them a few times with a spray sealer before starting my paint. I tend to try to bulk up my prep work, so there were two smaller planters that got sprayed as well, and I did the inside and outside of the pots. Then for my larger planter that this video is going to showcase, I did a white color paint, chalk style paint all over, and then just in the inner rim of the pot. So here it is after one coat, and I added one more as well. It didn't need to be perfect coverage, but still needed a little bit more than that first coat gave me. So I let that coat completely dry and got some stamps out. These are Springtime by Redesign with Prima. And then I'm going to be putting some paint on a cardboard piece and using a little bitty brayer to apply the paint to my stamps. This is a very aged piece, so this doesn't have to be perfect, which is good because it is a little difficult to do perfect stamp impression when you're doing paint and not ink, and especially on a curved surface. So I gave myself some artistic freedom here to just add these in a pattern that look good to me, and just keep in mind this is a background as well. I love the different florals and branches that come with this pack, but I especially love all the birdies in there. There's a ton of cute little birds to choose from. And this is just another chalk style paint that I'm using to apply my stamp impressions. Due to the pot's shape, if you're trying to get this done in one setting, having a little dryer on hand is super helpful. So for this project, I continued a random design all the way around the entire pot. However, you could even just do an area in the middle and the front of the pot, and that would look beautiful as well. I wanted to do this for myself to see how well the terracotta holds up. I'm not planting directly into it though, because I do want it to last. I'm going to put another pot that has my plant in it inside of the terracotta planter. So as I've said before in some of my other videos, if you've seen them, I usually build as I go with these projects, and I didn't have a clear plan with this one either. I just wanted to kind of take it step by step. So I did add some fly specking. It ends up being redundant because I'm going to completely go in a different direction after this that covers these up. But I still wanted to show you in case you're watching the next step and wondering where the dots came from. So before moving on, everything was completely dry, and I mean like 24 hours of dryness, because if not, I'm gonna wipe off a lot of my background paint and even my stamps. You can even wait longer than that to be safe, because dry times do vary from region to region. And unless you're going to wet distress on purpose, you're not gonna want to move on until it's completely dried, because as you can see, this next step is involving a good bit of water. So I'm just taking turquoise paint and painting it over, then spraying it with water and blotting it back off with a shop towel rag. Before even starting, I had misted my brush pretty well over that little Tupperware container. So this is basically making our own glaze without actually having glaze, but I'm using water. It's not going to be very forgiving for me, but it doesn't matter because I'm using a lighter color, and this is the look that I'm going for as well. So I let that layer dry for another 24 hours and moved on to a brown glaze to complete my antiqued look. The hardest part with this project, I think, was waiting in between the paint layers for everything to get more than dry. Sometimes I like to just try to knock one out, but for this project, patience was required. I'm pretty much applying my glaze in the same manner that I did my turquoise paint, just brushing it on and then spraying it with water, and going back over with one of those disposable shop rags and blotting my glaze off. I'm choosing to use General Finishes satin to seal my pot. And I'm gonna do 3 layers of this. I like to pour my sealer into a Tupperware style container. That way I don't contaminate the entire gallon, but I can also reuse it for smaller projects in my office without having to re-pour from the entire gallon so often. The subtle botanicals and florals that the stamps gave this project are what makes it for me. I really love how it turned out, and I will definitely be making more of these and using some different color combinations. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. Remember, send me a picture if you're inspired and create something, and hope you guys have a great week.